big was that other fish?
That's what I'm now thinking.
Yeah. Jeez.
Get in!
Right, and we're back on a bank. I'm on a new venue today, doing a bit of pike fishing. I'm down in Somerset, and behind me you can see the lovely Cheddar Reservoir. Now, like I said, I'm after a few pike, and I brought along a new member for the channel today. And this here is Pat.
I'm Pat, yeah, I'm from the local area. Done a bit of pike fishing on Chew and Somerset levels here today with Sean on Cheddar. Hopefully we'll get a couple on the bank.
So at least one apiece would be nice, wouldn't it, mate?
That would be good.
Let's get the rods sorted and see if we can get one. Getting a bit of weed there.
Got him out?
Oh, he's come off.
You come off?
Yeah. Oh, damn, mate. He's got another weed. That's a good fish, huh? That's a good fish. This one don't go very good. Oh, that's alright actually.
Yeah?
That's it, yeah.
On the net?
Yeah, jumping in there. Get him on my camera. Okay.
Get in!
Oh, he's not bad. Might be a little double.
It's alright to me. Makes you think how big
Well
that
done, mate. How big was that other fish?
That's what I'm now thinking.
Yeah. Jeez. Right then, first pike out of Cheddar Reservoir. Second bite of the day. I lost a quite a nice fish, I reckon, on left-hand rod. That fish dropped off, and I just recast it, and the right-hand rod went off with this guy. Low double. Don't know, maybe 11 pound, 12 pound at the most, would have thought. But lovely fish. It's actually quite plump, quite healthy. So clearly on the feed. Got a lovely sun as well in the background. So yeah, let's get her back. And Pat's out today, so hopefully he can get one. But well happy with that. Get on for you. Just swimming at me.
The broom, mate.
I've got to be careful of that one.
Yeah, just lift him over the weed.
Yeah.
Get him up if you can.
Oh, yeah. Go on then. Oh, he's up. Get in. Hey, fish number 2. Right, fish number 2. I don't think he's quite a double. It's a 4th bite. Unfortunately, the other 2 have dropped off. But I literally just recast this one, and it must have just grabbed it pretty much straight away. As I set the rod up, and it pulled out the clip pretty much instantly. So, no, nice to have another bite though. Hopefully, Pat can get one now, because I've had 4 bites and he hasn't had a pickup yet. So, I think we're going to try and see if we can get him a bite now. So, yeah, nice fish. Pretty happy with that. So let's get her back. Hopefully we get a few more. He's going to go. Got him shot. Got a few pike on a dead bait. Still got a couple out there. Pat's got his either side. But I thought I'd have a little little cast around with this little guy. It's a little old style tubular, and I've got the Fox Warrior rod. This is rated up to 50 gram. It's a 7 foot little 3000 size reel, loaded up with a 17 pound Fox. I think it's Prism, obviously orange, so you can see it nice and easy. And just have a little cast around. We've had quite a few takes today, so hopefully the fish are quite active. I'm going to try and see if some smash this. But it's 28 grams, so I'm hoping I can get it out of reasonable distance. And it should sink in the deep water, hopefully. Let's see what we can do. Go up here actually, the other side of the rod. Where's that? Is that way? Innit? Oh, bollock. Oh! I cracked it off straight away. Oh! Right, this is casting a lure part 2, as I joked about cracking off, and it cracked off straight away. So, I think the knot was a bit rubbish. I've retied it, slightly smaller bait. We're going to have a little cast around, see if anything happens. Looks pretty good. Out she goes. It is quite deep in here, so I'm going to have to leave it to sink. I think I've just picked it up. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I thought that felt a bit weird. Right, 2 casts and snagged up my rod. Good. Going well.
Somebody's picked it up. Put it down.
Yeah. You've got teeth marks, is it?
Looks like it, yeah.
Oh, I think that's just weed. It felt like it just went bang, but I think it's just weed. Come on, pike, where are you? Smash my little lure. I don't mind if you're like £3, it'd be hilarious. Oh, as it comes up that shelf, it looks so good. Right, and so we've had a couple of fish today, and I just wanted to show you the rig setup. It's pretty simple. It's one great thing about pike fishing. You don't need to overcomplicate it like you might with your carp rigs. It is pretty straightforward. So what we've got here is a free running rig. As you can see, the ring just runs on the main line, and that means that when the fish picks the bait up, there's no resistance and you get instant bite indication. One of the most important things with pike fishing is to know that you've got a fish on, because you don't want to end up deep hooking it, which could obviously lead to problems with trying to get the hooks out, and also could cause damage to the fish. So the way I tend to fish it is on the long link. I find it gives a bit better bite indication, and the bait tends to separate in flight. Lead sort of goes first and the bait tends to follow it, and it separates them, so you tend to not get any tangles. I always like to use a bit of tubing over the lead link and also on the trace. That way it kind of acts as a bit of a kicker and stops them from getting tangled up. The trace itself is £28. Generally most wire will do the job, designed for it. This one's I think Drenham, and then I've just got 2 size 4 trebles, I think these are. And then I like to use a little bit of a hook sleeve just to tidy up the trace, and adds a flash of red. Predators tend to like a bit of red, and also it just keeps it nice and tidy. And that's pretty much it. I use a quick link on the end of the main line, just so it's easy to take it off and change. If you get any damaged rigs, like this one's a bit kinked, you can just take it off and quickly put a new one on. Your main line needs to be strong. I've got 18 Fox acre set. It's a very smooth line, casts really well, and it's also very, very strong. But I would recommend using nothing less than sort of 15 or 16 pound. And if you can use braid, definitely try and use braid, as you get much better bite indication. And also you can use a much heavier line to sort of diameter, whereas with the monos you tend to sort of have to sacrifice a little bit of breaking strain because the diameter tends to be a lot thicker. But yeah, that's the setup, nice and simple. Does the job, give it a go. He's had this one on the rod he boated out with the Black Swan, which is the nickname for his boat, which is just down there. That is the Black Swan.
It's feeling alright actually.
Well, I've had 4 bites so far, so I was just saying it'd be hopefully Pat's gonna have one. He's rod literally just pulled up and off it went. Yeah, give it some. Yeah.
There you go. He's loosely hooked as well.
Anyway, get in.
Get in. There we go, so about time. Sean let me have one. Boated out maybe 100 yards with the Black Swan. And there we have a nice little healthy low single, I think, or high single, nearly a double. Lovely fish. There we go.
Nice fish, mate. Right, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about bite indication when pike fishing, or generally for predators. Now, as you can see, it's concrete here, so I've got a decent rod pod with me. That's quite important so that you can get your rod set up nicely with your bite alarms and drop offs. That way you're going to be able to get good indication. Talking about the setup, so to start with, I've got bite alarms. These are Delkim's, probably one of the most sensitive alarms on the market. I've had them for years, do me really proud. You don't necessarily need a top of the range alarm like that, but something which has got pretty good sensitivity, so you're going to get indication quite quickly, is essential. Leading to the setup by the reel, so this arm coming off is what you call a drop off indicator. And essentially what you do is you fish the reel open bail arm, so you have the bail arm open so the line can freely come off the spool, but to stop it just emptying off the spool, you clip it into this arm here, and what that arm does is it actually acts as a visual indication and keeps the line taut, so that obviously it doesn't just pour off the spool. So essentially when a pike picks up the bait, you're using a free running rig, it moves away and it pulls that line out of the arm itself. The arm will then fall down. I'll just show you examples. So say a fish picks a rig up, moves away, you get some indication on the bite alarm and it just pulls out like that and essentially gives you a visual indication. And as you can see now, there's plenty of line free. The fish can just take the line freely off of there without any restrictions. It's going to give it no resistance, so it's not going to drop the bait. If you had a drop back, essentially what would happen, a fish would come towards you and then it would just drop back the same, but the line's obviously going to remain in the clip. So it still gives you the same visual indication, so you know obviously if a fish has picked up the bait. Generally speaking, with the running rigs you don't tend to get drop backs, but in case it does ever happen, it does still give you that indication as well. These ones I've got, these are the Fox Predator range. These are sort of the entry budget ones. You don't really need anything that expensive. And I've actually got a set at home that I actually made myself out of a couple of Kinder Egg containers and just used some stiff tubing. Same sort of thing really, and just glued a clip into the front. So you don't need anything too fancy. It's just these are straight out of the packet and do the job for you. And that's pretty much it really. You can use a standard sort of carp setup with a bobbin. The only problem with that is it does offer a bit of resistance, so the fish might essentially feel the weight of that bobbin and drop the bait. And with pike fishing and predators generally, you need to be fishing a very sensitive setup, as soon as they feel any resistance they're going to just drop the bait and you're obviously going to miss out on the chance. So that's the setup, give it a go.
It's nice that we've both had a fish on the bank. Sean's had a couple, also lost a couple, but it's been a good day. There's a bit of time left, so we're hoping we manage to get another one before we go.
Yeah, it's a shame we've dropped a few off, but it's been quite good, hasn't it? I've quite enjoyed it. For my first session on here, I've quite enjoyed it anyway, and I'm sure you're happy to be on the bank again and having a go.
Yeah, definitely, we'll definitely be out again.
So yeah, hopefully we can get one before it gets dark, so fingers crossed it goes off again. We didn't end up getting anything at the end, but I think it was still quite an enjoyable day out, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, very enjoyable.
So anyway, hope you liked the video. If you do, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Remember to hit the bell icon for up-to-date notifications. Check out the Instagram at The Fishing Bloggers and also the Facebook page, The Fishing Bloggers TV. Until next time, get out there and have it for yourselves, and maybe be seeing Pat again soon.
Cheers.
Catch you there.